Does sex on the first date ruin a relationship?
That's a good one. That's a good. Your boy be trying to get content, man. Your boy be trying to get content.
I'm not the one who brings these questions in. Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it completely ruins it.
Yeah.
But it definitely sets it back, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think it's better to go without it. It's one day.
Okay.
I think that, at least for my experience, it's been better to wait as long as possible and before you do it, because once you cross that line, it's like now y'all not even friends after the first date. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
But when y'all not friends and then y'all have sex, so now y'all more than friends automatically.
Got it.
So there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of attachment is involved, and after the first date, unless it's just a miracle first date, unless you just know it's a message, this halo effect where this is your person. Yeah. There's a lot that you risk with that. And it's a lot of responsibility that's normally going to be put on the guy, so.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Responsibility normally put on?
It's like more pressure. It's like, like women, they open themselves up to you unless they just throw themselves, right? But in some situations, like these women open themselves up to you. And if you were, taking advantage of that and you kind of just like know that you don't want nothing and she wants something, it's kind of like that's just a road that you just really don't want to go down. Man, I know that from experience.
So have you had sex with someone?
Here you go trying to get content.
I'm just saying.
Here you go trying to get content. But this is what's happening right now. I had some experiences in my life. I would say that. That's about much as I can say.
Okay, but given the examples you provided, I can relate to that, right?
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, well, first off, I want to address like the she asked, the sex on the first date ruin the relationship. It depends on which angle you're looking at it as, right? Because I kind of looked at the question in a different way. Because sometimes when people, specifically women, when they ask that question, they want to know, well, do guys look at them different by having sex?
That's really the underlying question in it. Yeah.
That's the underlying question. But you put it in a different position, which I also agree with. Right. So yes. I want to address the first part, which is, do guys look at you different? Right. If as a woman, you have sex on the first date.
What do you think?
Me personally, if it was me personally, no, I don't look at you different. Right. That's me personally, because let's be honest, I'm part of that first date sex too. Right.
I'm making a decision as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So how am I to look at you crazy if I'm the one? True. Right. So that's one. But other men, I've been known to have conversations with men who have a big problem. I don't want to say big problem, but they put women in certain categories that they sleep with on the first date. I don't agree with that sentiment, right? But that's how they view it based on how they judge the woman. Now, on the other light, what impact it has on the relationship, that's a whole different conversation. And I agree with your point, which is having sex with someone introduces certain type of emotional and chemical reactions in you that might tint your lens of who that person is.
Yeah.
Right. And by the time you figure out who that person is, you might be too far gone and it might be a little bit more toxic or dramatic in your relationship if you decide to continue in that interaction. So I don't necessarily promote to have sex on the first date. I just don't judge women or men who do it. But if you are going to do it, just take into account that there are these underlying emotional and chemical things that happen in your brain that might tint your view of the person, and you have to be mindful of that as you go ahead.
Exactly. It's a risk. and it can be very rewarding, or it can be really costly.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it seems like it's more costly than it is rewarding.
Right.
So that's why it's more of just like, it's best to just if you're trying to move forward into a relationship with this person, it's best to wait. If y'all just trying to hang and bang, do what y'all want to do.
Hang and bang.
Hang and bang.
All right. Well, I appreciate that response.